Hello again, everybody. Welcome into Gamecock Central Radio, Gamecock Baseball Report today with Kip Bouknight joining me, Emerson Phillips. Kip, glad to have you again. How are you?
I'm doing great, Emerson. Thanks so much for having me.
Well, we're thrilled to have you here on Gamecock Central Radio. Kip, Gamecocks had dropped 3 out of 4 after losing 2 out of 3 to Vandy this weekend. You combine that with the loss to College of Charleston last week, and it looked like the Gamecocks were in a little bit of a tailspin. We know Vandy was a very quality opponent, obviously ranked in the top 5 in the country, but after such a hot start, the Gamecocks losing 3 out of 4 didn't feel so good after the Vandy series ended on Saturday. But the Gamecocks did beat Coastal at home on Tuesday night. 4-2 was the final there. So the Gamecocks back in the win column and ready now to take on Tennessee this weekend in Columbia.
Yeah, I tell you, Emerson, they, it was a tough weekend in Vanderbilt, in Nashville, but against Vanderbilt. But obviously, they bounced back. I mean, they did a wonderful job against Coastal Carolina, winning 4-2. Taylor Widener was absolutely outstanding. He established his fastball in and through on both sides of the plate. Really and truly probably would not have given up a run if it wasn't for the throw in there by our shortstop. So, I mean, it was a great quality outing, a good bounce-back win, and, losing to a top-5 team against Vanderbilt on the road in Nashville, I mean, losing 2 out of 3, they're still 7-2 in conference. They're still, they won essentially all their games in non-conference other than College of Charleston and Clemson, so they're in good shape. They've done what they had to do, and they're right where they need to be, and Tennessee coming to town this weekend will be a good test for them, but hopefully it's a good, solid weekend for them to, get back in the win column in the SEC.
Taylor Widener got to start Tuesday night. He worked 5+ innings, and Josh Reagan got 2 innings complete to earn the save on Tuesday night. So the Gamecocks now 25-5 overall and 7-2 in conference play. Getting ready to take on Tennessee in a Friday, Saturday, Sunday series that'll be at Founders Park. Kip, Tennessee not exactly lighting the earth on fire, 19-11 overall. They're 3-6 in conference play, and they've actually dropped 2 out of 3 in all 3 of their SEC series this year. They lost 2 out of 3 to Kentucky this past weekend and did the same against Alabama and Ole Miss. So a Tennessee team that's got some talent, but they haven't exactly been real hot coming in.
Well, Tennessee's a team I think that South Carolina should be able to handle. I do think that their hitting is the bats should hopefully come to life this weekend and score 6, 7, 8 runs a game at least. And hopefully take a little bit of pressure off the pitching, because the pitching has been outstanding so far this year, obviously. And, I think that, Clark Schmidt will get them off to a good start, as he's done many times on Friday nights. And I think that, it's a team that South Carolina should win 2 out of 3, especially at home at Founders Park. I think it's be a great weekend. I'm looking forward to it. I know Saturday we've got I guess I call it a has-been, because I'm kind of a has-been. So we're having a has-been tailgate for all the former players. So we're tailgating on Saturday and getting ready to watch the game against Tennessee. So it'll be a fun weekend. I think it's going to be a great weekend for the Gamecocks, and I look for 2 or 3, hopefully a sweep this weekend against Tennessee.
All right, the Volunteers have got a junior third baseman named Nick Senzel, got a .384 batting average this year, 4 home runs and 40 runs knocked in. He's got some speed as well. He's got 10 steals on the year, so he's one of the top-rated prospects for the upcoming Major League Draft, Kip. So Tennessee's got some talent.
They do have talent. I mean, they've been scoring runs, certainly. I mean, I think that they're definitely the hitting has been a lot stronger than their pitching so far. So, again, I think it's a weekend that our guys can get some bunnies, if you will. I think there's guys that can really put up some good stats this weekend against Tennessee. And hopefully our pitching is up to the challenge, because Tennessee can swing it a little bit. So they're going to have to mix and match and pitch a little bit. And I tell you what, if they could take a recipe from Taylor Widener, he did an amazing job against a good Coastal Carolina lineup that obviously is pretty good on the base pass, pretty good on and it's kind of funny, they really have done well so far this year in sack bunts and home runs, which is kind of odd to see. But Taylor Widener was just outstanding the other night against Coastal Carolina. He did a wonderful job, and hopefully our guys can. I hate to say it, but learn from him a little bit, because he really threw his fastball inside and outside very, very well, and set up a slider, and just had a very clean 5 innings of work. Did a wonderful job.
Tennessee coming off a 6-5 win on Wednesday night this week over Morehead State. Gamecock baseball report here. Emerson Phillips with Gamecock great Kip Bouknight. Kip, Clark Schmidt named co-national pitcher of the month by the National College Baseball Writers Association. Won 4 games during the month of March, struck out 47 batters in 37 innings pitched. He had a 2.19 ERA, and we've talked extensively here on the weekly baseball report about how good the starting pitching has been. Certainly Clark Schmidt has been the headliner of the starting staff, but Braden Webb equally effective here, especially the last couple outings. 14 strikeouts against Ole Miss, backed that up with 11 this past weekend against Vandy, and he has been named SEC Freshman of the Week for the 2nd straight week. So talk about the starting pitching a little bit, and you mentioned Widener, how well he performed on Tuesday night. Starting pitching's been outstanding.
Yeah, it has been. I mean, it's honestly taken a load off the bullpen. The bullpen, Taylor Widener did a wonderful job. I'm glad to see that he came out when he did the other night. Coach Myers did a wonderful job, in my opinion, of getting him out of there early. He has struggled a little bit this season. He was on a pitch count. I know he had a little bit of arm issues, and to get him out after 70-something pitches was a perfect time and scenario, in my opinion, to take him out. So hats off to him for that, and a great call. And our bullpen was outstanding, as they've been most of the year. But our starting pitching has just been outstanding. I mean, it's hard to try to criticize them is a stretch, because they've just been that good. I mean, you're looking at a sub-2 ERA for several of the guys, and they've just done a wonderful job of pounding the zone and throwing strikes. And the only thing I could think of remotely would be just if Webb and Schmidt could possibly learn how to throw their fastballs inside and use both sides of the plate. I don't know if they give up a daggum hit. It's amazing. I mean, they have been outstanding this year. And looking at what they did, even Schmidt giving up 4 against Vanderbilt in the first inning, coming back and throwing the complete game like he did on the road, just says a lot about who he is as a person and his character. He just he basically put his team way ahead of himself and really sold himself out and did a wonderful job of giving his team a chance to win, and just pitching for his team and saving the bullpen for the weekend. So hats off to the guys. They've done a wonderful job all season long, and I certainly look for them to continue. And, there's going to be film they're going to watch. The other teams are definitely watching. They're going to look at Tennessee, so they're going to have to make sure and be ready to make adjustments on the fly if need be.
All right, the Gamecocks are 7-2 in the SEC. That's tied for the lead in the conference with Florida. And we got a 7 o'clock start with Tennessee at home Friday night. That'll be on SEC Network Plus. Then it's Saturday at 4 and Sunday at 1. All 3 games on SEC Network Plus. Kip Bouknight, Gamecock great, joining us twice a week here on Gamecock Central Radio. Kip, we appreciate your expertise and your time. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Emerson. Take care.
He's Kip Bouknight, and I'm Emerson Phillips, Gamecock Central Radio. Thanks for being with us.